You want to know my favorite part about dieting, and I can almost guarantee you that my answer is going to be different than any other that you have heard to that question.
You'll win somehow, so give up on the battle, baby. It's hard.
Hey, what's up guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. I'm having one of those I need like 50 scoops of alpha types of days. So instead of doing that, what I'm gonna do to treat myself is try out the new cotton candy. I know I got this in a few weeks ago, but I've been sticking to the old flavors. But I feel like stacking this with the cotton candy high volume could potentially be the best combination in the world. So I'll let you know. Cheers. Tastes like high volume cotton candy just with extra cotton candy, which means it's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get this in my system because guys, I am dragging right now. The last few days have been fun, but not conducive to lifting at all. But I have a feeling I'm gonna be all right after I chug this.
Putting in overtime with the pen all the time. They been doubting, but they ain't never gonna stop my shine. 9:30 and I'm so faded. Can't wait to look my mama in the face and say we made it.
It's funny how I never plan to talk during these workouts and the alpha kicks in. And it's like I can ramble on about anything. It's almost like going to the club, you know, you haven't drank anything yet, you start drinking a little bit, you get there and you just wanna go talk to everybody. You guys should know about that. Don't drink, it's bad for your kids. Anyway, the question I want to answer today is how do you stay motivated to work out? I get emails on this all the time, and in traditional, I'll call it Travis fashion, I'm gonna relate this back to what I consider real life. It's just like anything else. It's just like, I mean, we're all gonna have days that we don't wanna go to the gym, especially when you're first starting out. You're not gonna wanna go. It's not supposed to be easy. But after a while, you just get in a habit of doing things, and it'll just become second nature. It's just built into my schedule at this point. It's just like I wouldn't take a day off work, unless it's, you know, like a vacation day, but I wouldn't just not go, you know? Sometimes you have to do things that you don't even necessarily want to do, and there's gonna be those days. But this goes far beyond the gym. If you can train yourself to do things that you don't wanna do and still do well at them, I can promise that you will be able to do well in a lot of different areas in life.
Told you I was coming, you really thought I was playing. Y'all been sleeping, I've been up dream chasing.
Let me back up for a second. That almost made it sound like going to the gym is never gonna be fun, which is 100% inaccurate. I would say 99% of the time, I'm amped to go into the gym. I love it. This is what I look forward to. This is my favorite hobby without a doubt, okay? Now, from what I've seen, people will start going into the gym because they want to look better. Most people, right? But the only people that stick to it are the people that fall in love with it. The people that have been doing it for years and years and years, because you're going to lose the motivation just to look good. After a while, it's just not going to be worth it. But once you find a form of exercise that you truly enjoy, that you're truly passionate about, that you can stick with, it doesn't matter if it's optimal, it doesn't matter if your favorite fitness model is doing this workout. If you hate it, don't do it. It isn't going to work for you. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give for you. Talking too fast. Done.
I don't care how long it takes, cause this is all I want. Told you I've been working, I've been chefing like a restaurant. This the sweet life, so my girl call me Esteban. If you want, you can meet me at the hotel. Got the feature for you for the...
I cannot even begin to tell you guys how good just lettuce sounds right now.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell.
This honestly might be the best that lettuce has ever tasted. There's a few reasons I love this Tyson's Grilled and Ready Chicken. One, as the name implies, it's ready to go. All you have to do is heat it up. You know, you can actually throw this stuff in the microwave. I have tried it. I would not recommend it. It kind of tastes like rubber when you do that. So I put it in the oven for 20 minutes. But the downfalls of this is that it is very, very overpriced. It's expensive stuff. The macros are pretty decent, even on this teriyaki chicken. But this stuff is so good. I'm telling you guys, even the regular kind is delicious. Now I'm gonna have some potatoes with that. You guys know I like to put it in the microwave for a few minutes and then throw them in the skillet. And I usually, you guys probably haven't seen this on the channel for a long time, I would top them with some butter and then put some ranch seasoning on top. Oh my, that will transform your potatoes. It's so good. But I'm trying to hoard some macros for later, so I'm just gonna use the ranch seasoning. But even that, for virtually no added calories, will really make them taste a lot better. Then I'll have some strawberries and some vegetables. You guys know how that is, but nothing exciting.
Flights out the country, stamps in my passport. Trying to give my family everything they asked for. Yeah, I wanna know it. Mom wants some new shit. Finna give it to them.
Do you guys think it's crazy that chicken is not very good on its own? It's kind of bland, dry, not the best tasting, but you could add one little thing to it. Barbecue sauce, teriyaki sauce, maybe a certain seasoning, and it's fantastic. It's like one of the best tasting meats in my opinion. I just don't know how it could go from one end to the other like that. But I don't know that I'd always be willing to pay this much for chicken. But like I said, kind of in a time crunch, so we're gonna try this stuff out. This might be because it's 8 o'clock right now and I have not eaten anything today except a Quest bar earlier on in the day. But this is one of the best meals that I've had in a long while. And it probably doesn't hurt that this past weekend was, yeah.
But no one compared to me. Think I need an IV. Sick with a dream to stack the bread up and make some hits.
You guys have been asking when my next eating challenge is gonna be, but honestly, since I started cutting, my appetite is not what it used to be. There's no way I could get through an impressive eating challenge right now. But it's strange because it usually happens on these days where I fast for long periods of time. So I'll go down to one of these big meals, and usually that's no problem. You guys see me crush those typically, but I will be extremely full like I am right now. But then in 20 minutes, I'll be back to starving again. So I don't know if that's a cutting thing, if my stomach is shrinking, but then my body knows I'm in a caloric deficit. Do you guys have any experience with this? I don't know. But anyway, we're going to move on to some dessert because like I said, by the time I get this cooked, I'll be hungry again. And we're going to start with a 1-carb waffle. I know you guys have seen this before, but we're going to make it a little bit better than that.
With the team, we all got shine, so the whole squad gleam. Wondering how the 19-year-olds fit so clean. I've been working at it back to back like a dolphin. Where you going?
Now, given that this beautiful waffle is only 1 gram of carbs, I feel like the only logical thing to do would be add a lot more carbs to it. You guys know I'm pretty critical about Arctic Zero because the flavors that I have tried have really not tasted that good at all. Now, I have gotten some recommendations for others to try, but when I went to the store, they didn't have any. So I'm going to be using this instead.
Where you going? Wonder if you call me in the morning. Leave it 2 a.m. You tell me what's so important.
Now, if you're an OG subscriber, you definitely remember this stuff. I used to eat this a lot only because the macros on this are great. It's 100 calories per serving. It's not the best tasting ice cream, but it definitely tastes a lot better than Arctic Zero. And the fact that this is $1. Compare that against Arctic Zero, which is $5. I'd say you're getting a pretty good deal here. So I'm gonna let this thaw out real quick, and you guys might be asking, well, we know you don't like Arctic Zero, but you're a big fan of Halo Top, so why don't you use that? It's a good question. I'll use that too. Thought I had chocolate, but this is actually minced chip, which is still fantastic, but it really would have been a better picture if I had chocolate and vanilla. The things that I worry about.
Lights out the country, stamps in my passport. Trying to give my family everything they asked for. Down on the new whip, mine wants some new shit. Finna give it to them, all of this music. Lights out the country, stamps in my passport. Trying to give my family everything they asked for. Down on the new whip, mine wants some new shit. Finna give it to them, all of this music. Had to get a little shine, make the rain go away. Yes, I'm doing good, but
So the question is, was this worth letting my ice cream melt all over the place?
pays off. Can appreciate the sun out a little rainfall.
Yeah.
I ain't stopping till I'm double XL. Till my phone all the time like Nextel. I'm next, can't you tell? I be the wonder, and I can take you under, girl. I can take you under. Flights out the country, stamps in my.
Crazy to think that was only supposed to be 1 gram of carbs. I'm sure that there was a few more in there, but I'm fueled up, I'm ready to go. So I'm actually gonna use this as fuel to go into my next workout, which is gonna be an AMRAP day. So I'm gonna be doing AMRAPs on squat, bench, and deadlift, but just 1 set of each. So it's very taxing, but the volume is very low. So we'll see how this worked out. So we'll get back to the workout in a second, but check this out. This, my friends, is what I call dinner. If you've never had an edible arrangement, you're really missing out. What are the macros on these? I don't know, but I'm probably gonna eat them all. I was getting ready to tell you guys I woke up this morning at 181 pounds, which is true, but after I finish off that box, things might change a little bit, which you can't pass something like that up, right? And I convinced myself that those things go bad way too fast, so I have to eat them very quickly. Yeah, we'll justify it like that. And I feel like free food or gifted food is no calories anyway, so we're fine. Anyway, AMRAP sets this morning, I would say, went extremely well. Now, am I as strong as I was a few months ago when I was at 189, 190 pounds? No, I'm not. Now, I feel like a lot of people will use this as an excuse. I'm losing weight, so I'm gonna get weaker, and that is true to an extent. Now, I will start by saying I'm nowhere near contest lean. I haven't dropped tons and tons of weight, so I'm not really gonna use that as a crutch. And even if I was, I feel like sometimes people go into these cutting cycles with a bad mentality, thinking and just knowing that they're gonna lose strength, and they kind of are okay with it, when I'm kind of using the reverse and saying, hey, just because I'm getting lighter, that's not gonna give me an excuse to get weaker. I still want to hit these lifts, and I would say pound for pound I'm just as strong. Overall, it might have gone down a little bit. So hitting these AMRAP sets today, I was really pleased with, and really I'm overall happy with how I'm feeling, how I'm looking. A little bit hungry from time to time. You did ever get to that point, like in the middle of the day? It was today at like 4 o'clock, and I was like, dude, if I don't eat something, I'm gonna kill somebody.
My formula for good health, and how to make time when you don't have any left.
Per the usual, listening to some Gary Vee on my drive into work today, and to me, this just helps sets the tone for the day. It helps get me in the right mindset, helps me get ready to go, as he would say, crush it. And it's cool to see how many of you guys are now talking about Gary Vee. I'm even seeing his name pop up on other YouTube channels, so you guys are paying attention.
Before, if you have the audacity to live a life on your own terms.
So again, if you guys are not already on Audible, I would highly encourage you guys to do so. Regardless of what you're into, they have thousands and thousands of selections, podcasts, audiobooks. There's more material on there than you can ever get through. And it's such a great service. I'm telling you guys, the way that I think now is so different than the way I thought just a few years ago. Pretty much just from listening to successful entrepreneurs and different people, seeing different views of the world, and it's something that I really encourage everyone to do. I've got my friends who have never read a book in their life listening to audiobooks, so it's a really cool thing, and I would really encourage you guys to pick up on it. Now, if you guys want to get a free trial and a free audiobook, you can go to audible.com/Travis, and they will hook you up. And as you can see here, my iPhone knows me pretty well, probably my top 4 used apps. Now, I know that these are fun, these social media ones, but you will get the most value out of this Audible app right here, I promise. I just made one of the best mistakes ever. So I don't know if you guys can see the Goodwill truck behind me, but I just dropped off tons of clothes. I had like 5-6 bags, and in between all that got mixed up with my returns. So I had stuff from Macy's, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls I was just gonna bring back to the store, but I accidentally just dumped it all on the truck. But I mean, that's a sign, right? Somebody else needs it more than me. I'm not sure if any other states besides Ohio and Michigan have Meijer, but it's a pretty decent grocery store. Definitely not as good as Kroger, though. I can promise you that is the best grocery store ever. I was gonna do an entire grocery haul for you, but I found some Tasty Cake pecan swirls, and really that's all you need. You wanna know my favorite part about dieting, and I can almost guarantee you that my answer is gonna be different than any other that you've heard to that question. And it could be a lot of different things for people, right? It could be the way that you look, you feel better, you're more confident, the food choices, just a wide range of things. Maybe you just enjoy the struggle or the grind of dieting. That's not it for me. I would much rather eat more food. But my favorite part about dieting is the way that my work pants fit me. They fit so much better.
I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love, love's going to leave me.
I cannot be the only one that finds it impossible to find dress pants that actually fit you. I mean, impossible. It is crazy. So now that I'm about 10 pounds less, they fit so much better and they feel so much better. And that's a huge deal to me. I can never bulk and cut to the point where I would actually need new clothes. That's a little bit extreme to me. You have like a bulking set of clothes and a cutting set of clothes. That's just, it's expensive if nothing else. But the fact that they're just a little bit looser around the thighs, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like this. So yeah, that's my rant. What is your favorite part about dieting? I would assume that most people would say the way you look. That's understandable too. I do like that as well. Now, that is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You guys could have been doing anything, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That's pretty awesome. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. That really helps me out a lot. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time.